everybody? Stinky MD back here again. Legend ZAOU playing with a different Mega this time. We have Mega Emboar. Mega Victory Bell was fun. I think Mega Emboar is also pretty fun. It has the Supreme Overlord ability. The same thing as King Gambit, which allows it to pull off kind of broken hacks nonsense at times. Haven't seen it too often, so my phone just made a noise. Haven't seen it too often, so I think it still classifies as something that. I mean, I don't even need it to be a classification thing. Let's just get into it. I'll do some talking when we're playing, of course. Stinky MD versus Zero Gravity. I stuck it out like that because of the two Ys. So Pikachu's gonna come out, and I just have to say this about Pikachu. Like, it's like super iconic, but it's just like it's so unusable. I can't wrap my mind around how to get good use out of Pikachu. I think when people use it, and now that I'm looking at it with like non, eyes glazed over, just playing Pokemon Showdown eyes, this is actually Ash's team, right? Pikachu, Noivern, Talonflame, Greninja, Hawlucha, Goodra. Yeah, so this is actually Ash's team that we're playing up against. Maybe that'll be an interesting, thing to do. But I mean, I guess that answers the question of why you're playing Pikachu, because I just again, the stats on Pikachu are just so low. Um, but we don't always have to think about things from a competitive standpoint. Now that I see what you're trying to do here, yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Would I ever do like a theme team thing? Not particularly. I feel like that's really limiting, and one of the things I like about Showdown and the way that I play it is that level of creativity that I get to exercise. I guess it's like a different kind of creativity or a different kind of creative challenge to play and attempt to win with Ash's team. Um, let's do some more calling of the match as it keeps going on. Noiver's going to click the flamethrower. I'm Lucario here. This Lucario, one of the things that I took away from my Victory Bell team, I tried to play a few things with Trick Room from time to time. I don't even know if I posted those, if I posted any games of me playing Trick Room. So maybe there'll be more Victory Bell videos coming up in the future. But I did want to pivot to Mega Emboar. Aerial Ace is going to come out from Mega Hawlucha. I'm going to click Thunder Punch and take it out. Emboar is pretty bulky, so that's one of the things that I have going for it, because 3 have fallen. All my attacks are doing a lot of damage, so Boudreaux's going to take a big hit. Here comes Pinsir. Going to use Lunge and take it out. Yeah, so one of the things I'll say about this team now is that the speed was really important to me. So Lucario has all priority moves. Vacuum Wave, Bullet Punch, Extreme Speed Workup is the moveset. Life Orb, no speed investment. The investment's in the attack and special attack. I'm trying something new, because with the Victory Bell team, one of the things I kept running into was I lose to priority and I lose to speed. So I really wanted a lot of speed on this team. Even Pinsir, I chose Pinsir because it resists Earthquake and will be able to punish like an Excadrill or a Tyranitar really well. I just needed more options so I don't switch into Emboar against those things, because it's not going to be a great matchup. And Gourgeist is nice, but Gourgeist isn't going to be able to beat an Excadrill. Pinsir also gets Moxie, so being able to Moxie boost with Choice Scarf is something that I'd really like to do. So picked up the win there against Ash, beat him in 16 turns. Let's go to another match. All right, here we are in another match. Same team, didn't do a lot of movement around the team, maybe switched around a couple moves from time to time. Kind of took Sucker Punch, put it on Emboar, took it off Emboar. Ultimately, I think Sucker Punch is one of the best moves in the game. This isn't a new take or a hot take, I don't think it should be, but legitimately that move is just like, it's ridiculous. The situations that it can like pull you out of. I think there is a part of Sucker Punch where it's a bit of a game when you know that the opponent has it, where it's like, do I Dragon Dance to prevent it so you run out of PP? But it's kind of even difficult to PP stall Sucker Punch. Like, I don't even know if you can have less of it because it maxes out at 8. It's just that good of a move, I feel like. But anyway, let's get into it. Stinky MD versus the Cheese Wither. I have no clue what that means. Really, Aegislash, I'm going to go straight into Pinsir. I think you're going to hit me with something that I'm not going to like. and Bug resists fighting. So you're going to King Shield here. I think I'm just going to click. I'm going to click Earthquake here to avoid the King Shield. You have no good switch-ins to Earthquake. That's one of the things about this format that's so interesting. Is like you you get caught out certain times, and it's just like you have no good feeling switch-ins. For example, I just threw out Gourgeist there. I probably should have threw out Scizor originally and just click knockoff, but I was afraid of the King Shield, I think. So I probably clicked Will-O-Wisp or something like that. So I'm going to Swords Dance in front of this Goodra, thinking that I'm not afraid of it, but it's actually just going to click Flamethrower. Like, this format is so interesting. There's such a small pool of Pokemon, but there's so many, slight ways that you can't always be prepared for. So you just kind of have to trust your gut, which doesn't always work out because Goodra doesn't always carry Flamethrower, especially the Steel Goodra. It's going to go down here. Sometimes it's Gooey, sometimes it's Sap Sipper. When I played Victory Bell, it seemed to always be Sap Sipper. When I clicked Strength Sap, it would just get that attack boost and everything. And it's just interesting. The responses to certain Pokemon are always traditional. And so I'll speak from Victory Bell experience again. A lot of people switched in Age Slash or what's it called? The Goodra, the Steel Goodra against Victory Bell. And so that was clicking Toxic and, doing the spin cycle where essentially I'm toxic stalling, you're kind of pressing protect and stuff like that because that's how you're used to playing that mon. Victory Bell would just eat bulky mons food for breakfast, really. So Greninja is going to come out. I'm going to click Thunder. I love big offensive moves, but I recently crashed out earlier today because, not in this game, but I clicked Thunder and it missed. My Thunders almost always miss. 70% accuracy, I don't believe it. I think if I click Thunder 10 times, I'd hit 3 times and miss 7 times. Alright, had to actually hit pause for a second, but we'll jump back in and get back into the most satisfying moment of the battle where I hit my Thunder. Of course, we're going to do that. Don't let your eyes deceive you. That's not an instant replay. Greninja is actually going to live the Thunder, which makes me a little upset, but here comes Emboar, and here comes what I was talking about, where Sucker Punch is just going to go off, and it's going to hit this, then Gardevoir is going to come out. I don't know if I'm faster or not, so I think I'm just going to click Sucker Punch again. You're going to click Protect. I'm going to click Sucker Punch and fail, but what are you going to do? Click Protect again? Okay, you tried it, and I clicked it again. Okay, so when I said that thing about PP stalling, I was actually doing like a 40 chess move, projecting what's going to happen in this battle. Now, the thing is after a while, it's really falling into a rhythm, I'd say, where now that I've clicked Flame Charge, that's funny, you're going to come in and click Sucker Punch too, but now that I click Flame Charge, I outspeed, so I'm not worried about this Emboar in a 1v1, so long as it doesn't like bust out an Earthquake, because if it did, I probably would have lost. And again, that's just the thing about like selecting moves and being ready for virtually every situation, even though it seems so doable with such a limited pool of Pokemon. Like move sets, stat distributions, all of these things can just be slightly off from what you're expecting, and then you lose. And then Sucker Punch gets you, or Drain Punch gets you, or you get a Flame Charge breakthrough, and then it really just comes down to the gameplay. So this is an interesting format. Still, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I hope you're having a lot of fun watching it. I will end the video there and stop my rambling. GG's. No. So with that being said, GG's to the opponents. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time.